Apple has discovered, wisely, that there are a lot of people, predominantly seniors and others as well, who when they look at this screen, it is overwhelming to them. There is way too much stuff, and they can quickly and easily get lost, bewildered, and it can create lots of angst and pain for the user. However, Apple wants more people to use their devices, so they've created a feature called Accessibility Access that only allows the user to get access to the specific apps that they or their caregiver want them to access. Let me show you what I'm talking about and how to set it up, and then I'll show you how it works. So you go to Settings. Under Settings, you scroll down to Accessibility. Under Accessibility, you scroll to the very bottom, and there under General is Assistive Access. If I click on Assistive Access, it brings me into a feature that I can set up. Now, when I set this up, it's going to only show, you can see under the options here, it'll only show the apps that you have added to this iPhone under Accessibility Access. They'll either show up in a row format like that, or they'll show up in a grid format. And also, wow, I can turn on wallpaper if I want. I can choose wallpaper. I can allow the volume buttons or not. Maybe I turn it on full volume and don't let it. Allow silent mode, put in silent mode using the action button or not. Show time on the screen, show battery on the screen or not. That may be worthy of doing. Or maybe not necessary because it gets charged up every night. Show the notifications badges or not. Allow Siri or not. And then I can set up a passcode, change the assistive passcode or add one. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Now I can also connect it to an Apple account if I want to, which I've already done. Do not now. And now I can go back. And so now here's the real magic. To manage the apps. When I click on Manage Apps, now I can select which apps I want to put on the Assistive Access screen. Now, like you can see that Apple's saying, hey, calls are optimized. I might want to add that. That's probably true. I want to add it. Now, look what happens when I go to add it. Look at these options. Receive calls from anyone, just contacts or favorites. Make calls to anyone, contacts or favorites. I can say, here's my favorites in my favorites list. I can say in-call options. I can turn the keypad on or not, turn the speaker on or not, maybe worth doing. And then I can hit continue. Now, I really want to be purposeful about saying who they want to receive calls from. If you're really trying to help someone not be burdened by spammers, etc., you won't choose anyone. You may just choose contacts. But you may allow them to make calls to anyone. Now I can hit continue. Up top, you can see I've added calls. I can say turn my camera on or not. I can say turn on music or not, turn on photos or not. Maybe I want them to have messages. So I do messages. Look, the same functionality. I can allow them to receive messages from favorites, contacts, or anyone. Send messages to favorites or contacts. If I didn't choose receive from anyone, I can't send to anyone. Here's my favorites. I can actually add more favorites if I want. I can say tap to hear messages or turn that off if I don't want them to be burdened with that. They don't know how to use it. I can let them see the dates and delivery status or turn it off if it's not important to them. I can let them use keyboard or video or emojis or turn that off and hit continue. And now you can see under selected apps, I have messages. Maybe I want them to have access to a really important business app. Maybe they need their bank, so I add their bank. Add in the bank. Have access to photos? No. Have access to locations? Only while using the app. Precise location? No. Hit continue. Access to camera? Maybe they do deposits. So do that. Continue. Microphone? Don't allow. Bluetooth? Don't allow. Face ID, now I may need to add that because they may have Face ID security. Continue. Access to contacts? No. And I've added up top, you can see I've added a legacy to the list of selected apps. And again, I can go through all of the apps that are important to this user, turn those on, set up the settings, the privacy settings, and then once I've done that, I'm looking for another one that may be really important to add. Maybe they use Kindle. So Apple Music, don't allow. Camera, don't allow. Access to photos, none. Bluetooth, don't allow. And now you can see up top, I've added the Kindle legacy messages and calls. Now, once you set all this up, once you go back, the way you start Assistive Access is you click the button, Start Assistive Access. I'm going to click that now, and then I'm going to show you what happens. So now you can see I'm in what's called, Apple refers to as Assistive Access. And the only apps that I have accessible to are the ones that I put on it. There's no slide left, slide right. There's no up or down. And actually the swipe up button does not work. It's turned disabled. The only way to get out of an app, if I go into Chrome and I'm in Chrome, there's my New York Times games that I play every morning. There's no swipe up to get out. The only way to get out is click the back button. So I click the back button and I'm out. If I go in the clock, same thing. There's no swipe up to get out of it, but I have access to world clock, alarm clock, stopwatch, timers, and to get out, you hit back. And calls, the same thing. When you go into calls, it shows you, these are my favorites. And if I scroll down past my favorites, there's my recent calls. There's my contacts. I can get into my contacts because I enabled that. I can go to keypad and dial a manual number because I enabled that. But to get out, again, you hit back and you come back to the screen. Messages, go into messages. There's my two favorites up top, but there's my recent messages and there's contacts. Interesting, I must not have set up messages to be able to send a message to someone new because I can only do contacts and favorites. But again, if I hit back, oh, it says I have a new message. If I click on, that's interesting, go to new message. Go to new. Oh, it must be this one right here is new because I'm pretty sure it's a new message. Yeah, so that's interesting. Pretty easy to let me know there's a new message. Hit back. Look at that. There's the new alert notification on messages. If I go back, look up top, new under messages. Guess I would have the same thing, same kind of icon, large, easy to understand on phone calls and maybe on calendar, et cetera, et cetera. But this is Assistive Access. When you set it up, the user can only get to the icons that you put on the screen. And it makes it very easy for you to set up an iPhone. For someone who is challenged to be able to use all of that technology or someone who doesn't want all of that technology available, but they absolutely want an iPhone and they want it simple and they want it easy. And there it is right there. And to get out of it, you just, on the power button, triple click right here on my power button, boom, boom, boom. And I can go to settings, which I can make some adjustments, 8528. I can turn on or turn off dark mode, turn off airplane mode, change the text size to larger if I want, if they need larger text size, adjust the volume if I want, adjust the brightness, and or shut down the cell phone if I have to reboot the cell phone. And again, no swipe up, hit back, and I'm back to the Assistive Access screen. And one last thing to show you, if I triple click, 1, 2, 3, exit Assistive, this will take a moment, password. Once I exit Assistive Access, then I'm back to the normal cell phone use, scroll up, and if I want to adjust the settings of Assistive Access, go back into settings, back to accessibility, go all the way to the bottom, find Assistive Access, and I can adjust what apps they have access to, and I can also adjust the features of the app. There it is right there. In order to send a message to anyone, I have to be able to receive a message from anyone. But I'm going to turn that off because I don't want them getting messages from every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Make the adjustments, go back through the list of apps right here under Manage Apps. Go back through the list of apps, find another app that you want them to have access to. And once you find that app, You can again edit it so that they have the ability to manage privacy. Facebook, if I add that. Facebook to access motion and fitness? No. Do I want Facebook to access media? No. Do I want Facebook to have Face ID? Maybe, because they might have Face ID set up for security. Allow that. Facebook to access photos? No. Access location? Never. Camera? No. Microphone? No. Access to calendar? None. Lots of privacy here. Bluetooth? No. Contacts? No. And now you can see back up on top the selected apps. Facebook's on there. And by the way, I can also put the one, move them around. If I want clock above a legacy, I want calendar above that, I want Chrome above that, then I can adjust the settings. And once you set it up, then you go back, hit the back button, and again, start Assistive Access. But iPhones are really useful devices. However, as I stated earlier, they can be overwhelming for some people. They can be intimidating. They can be scary. People can easily get lost and get confused using them because there's just way too much on the screen. There's way too many options. And sometimes they can get into that brown squirrel thing and they end up somewhere that they don't want to be or somewhere they shouldn't be. And then they change something that they wish they hadn't have changed. I'm grateful that Apple has created the Assistive Access option and made it simpler for people who need it to be able to get to just the apps that they need to get to. So help your loved ones, help your friends, help those who need help, and turn on Assistive Access for those that it makes sense to turn it on for. And by the way, if I can help you in any way, just reach out to me. Ask me any question and I will happily help you where I can help you. And furthermore, your questions could be that the answers are helpful to others. And if that's the case, I'll create even more videos to be able to help seniors overcome the risk and fears of using technology. Thank you, and I hope this was helpful for you.